do the superhero pose, right? Everybody should do it with me because that's how you're supposed to be confident. Shoulder back, chest out, gain some confidence. Superheroes. Sorry, goofy people behind the camera. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Animal Heroes. So, of course, I brought my cape or Les's blanket. They work either way. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm Nikki, your Community Education Coordinator here at the North Carolina Zoo. So we are going to, can we hear? Yes, having issues hearing, sorry. Distracting. Sorry. Can everybody hear me out there? So put that in the chat for me. If you can't hear me, let me know so we know we can fix that. But before we get started, the rules, I know, some of you guys have probably heard them many times, but we have to go through them anyways, just in case there's anybody new joining us today. So you guys may notice when you came in, you are muted, you can't see each other, that kind of thing. So it's hard to communicate with us, but there are ways you can do that. So if I have a question for you, which I will have many, so in your chat box, put your answers to my questions, okay? If you have questions for me and the team of people helping me behind the scenes here in this room and in virtual land up there, they're helping me out, put those in the Q&A, all right? So easy enough. Answers for me, my questions, chat, questions for us, Q&A. All right, you guys ready to get started and meet some animal heroes? And I'm gonna take my cape off because it's actually a blanket and it's really hot here, so I don't sweat to death out here. We'll bring it out later. All right, so did you guys know that animals can be heroes too? Do you guys know, what do you think of as a hero? Let me find out from you guys. What do you think of as a hero? Human, animal, otherwise, whatever. What do you guys think? Put that in the chat box. What do you think a hero is? It's the awkward pause. Everybody's typing and chatting, maybe.
Wakey,
Okay, everybody sleeping? There we go.
Oh, Tristan says someone who helps others.
Someone who helps others. Absolutely, right. Absolutely. And animals can do that too. They help humans in lots of different ways. They help us in lots of different ways. There's lots of different heroes. So we're going to list lots of different kinds of heroes, animal heroes. And the first group I'm going to talk about are the ones that help humans. Can you guys think of ways that animals help humans? Think of any ways that some animals help us. Maybe make our lives better, save us, however you guys can think. What do you think?
Ooh.
Any ideas? Go ahead.
And it says like a service dog.
A service dog, absolutely. Yeah. Lots of service dogs. There you go. Yep, service dogs.
Oh, there's lots of service dogs there.
Yeah, helping the blind, right? Saw that one. So yeah, service dogs help you in lots of different ways. Absolutely. That's probably the one people think about the most, how dogs, you sniff out bombs, right? Or kind of can lead, like I said, blind people or visually impaired people.
Sometimes they're also emotional support.
Emotional support, right? Therapy, absolutely. Those are great ways. Can rats help us? Let's see. 2 rats. So let's feel there's some heroes out there you would think of. Can you think of rats as being heroes? Oh, hold on. I think rats are cute. But there is a rat in Africa. He's called an African giant pouched rat. And they live in Africa, and they're big rats. But I don't know if you noticed this right here. I'll come up a little bit closer. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, that's a good view.
Do you guys know what that rat is sniffing out? What is he looking for? Rats have very good sense of smell.
Looks like a waffle.
It does look like a rat waffle. How about right here? Maybe this is a better picture.
Like a pine cone.
This one looks like a pine cone.
Waffles and
A lot
pine
of
cones.
people say landmines.
Landmines, right? Absolutely.
Good job, guys.
Bombs, landmine. So they train these rats. Rats are actually very smart animals. They train these rats, they have handlers here, and they train them to be able to sniff out these landmines. And they're so light, they're much lighter than people, that they can walk across them and not set them off. And that's why they have, and then they can stop and they let the handlers know that there is a mine there. And then they can have staff that can come and safely take that landmine, that they can detonate it or do whatever, but they just need to know where it is. So helping save people's lives that way. And another really cool thing, that nose right there is used to detect these diseases. They actually can, I can't talk today, detect, there we go, tuberculosis, or TB as we call it. If you guys know what that is, it's a lung infection that a lot of people have. As a matter of fact, I get tested every year. The zoo tests us every year to make sure we don't have TB and we can't pass it on to our animals here at the zoo. So it's a very kind of a somewhat serious disease out there, and illness or so. And so they can actually detect tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, yeah, wow. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. So they actually have found that a human lab tech can do about 20 samples testing for that tuberculosis, or TB we'll call it, way better. They can do like 100 in a day and still be just as correct as the human. Their nose is that good. I can train them to detect that. So pretty cool things. So rats are heroes. Yay. If I had a cape, I'd put it on them.
A rat cape.
I know, I should have brought capes. All right, let's see. All right, I don't know if Leslie's on with us today. I'm not sure. But her favorite animal. Does anybody know what this critter is?
Dun, 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 dun. Yay!
There we go.
Narwhal Otter, sea unicorn.
Right.
I like that.
All right, narwhals. And how they're helping us is they're actually helping scientists. So narwhals like to live where it's really cold. And so for years, scientists are trying to study the temperature of water and the impacts of climate change on that. And so there was a big area, like undersea ice, it's kind of hard to measure the temperature of the water way down deep to get a really accurate reading to be able to predict what, what's happening with climate change. And so somebody had a really good idea. Well, these guys kind of live in the same area and they like to dive really deep. They can go down about a mile. And so they put temperature readers on them, about the size of a deck of cards. And then they attached them and they took readings from that. And they could do that in the wintertime when there's no way they can get under the water and under the sea ice to take temperatures. And they got a more accurate reading and prediction of what the water temperatures are. And they found it was actually almost a degree warmer than they had actually thought, thanks to the narwhal. So it's helping us kind of gauge what climate change is doing for our water and our planet Earth. So yay, narwhal. Yay. He's a cake too. A science cake. And then you guys had mentioned therapy animals, right? And you said dogs, but look, if you guys can see it all,
yeah,
I've got a cat. Yes, my cats are therapy animals to me. So they're definitely a therapy animal for me. I got rabbits. Here. Oh, there. I heard to do this. Look at it.
Yeah.
Let's see, more cats. Even a horse, a llama. Who wouldn't want a therapy llama? Or alpaca? I don't know which one it is.
Looks more llama.
And I answered, oh, a pig. We got a pig.
Pigs are
A therapy
awesome.
pig, right? So, and then the rabbits, of course, and dogs are typical. So, because they bring comfort to people that maybe, they used to have animals and they loved that comfort that was brought to them. And it just makes them feel, and it brings a smile to your face. Like Megan behind the camera showed me a picture of her kitten today. And that, of course, brings a smile to your face.
She's so
They're
cute.
so cute. So animals bring us a lot of comfort and help us out in so many ways, right? So, sorry, my stuff is falling. There we go. That's better. So they're helping us out in a lot of different ways. And then we have another group of animals. They're kind of the environmental heroes. And Miss Cynthia, so I'm going to bring Cynthia and Megan in. They're going to handle the animals for me today. so that you guys can meet them because they're going to be starting to help when we're doing these programs too. So,
Yay!
Cynthia.
Hi guys.
Let's see. Do you want to talk?
Well, that too.
I'll just need to know.
Trick
I
question.
don't want to miss out on something you may have wanted to say.
Well, I can pipe in. I'm just going to put my mask on in case she wants to take hers off. All right. So, our next group of animals are what we call environmental heroes because they're recyclers. So they're helping us recycle the world. There we go.
Indeed.
Yay.
Thanks, Nikki. Talk about helpers. Recycling is so important. And who really thinks that often about animals being heroic enough to help us recycle the things going on in our world? But these African giant millipedes, ooh, we have an active one today, are one of nature's recyclers.
There you go.
Now, question.
There you go.
Yay!
Sorry, guys. Oh, look, there's some recycling right there. Thank you. Okay, so I kind of just gave that one away a little bit, but can you guys tell me in your chat boxes, how do you think these guys recycle? What in the world do they do to recycle?
They run all over Cynthia.
They run all over me. Just like my kids and my pets. They poop, absolutely. So these guys belong to a group of animals that we call detritivores. Basically, it means that they live on or enjoy eating what? I'm going to see if you guys can tell me. Some of you.
Ooh.
Well, close, Tristan. Close.
Henry.
What else is they live in the rainforests of Africa.
Henry says they eat decaying leaves.
So there we go.
Yep,
That's
and
it,
Karen,
Henry.
good job.
So decaying plant material, leaves and sticks and things like that. And they poop it out, as you so perfectly timed saw. But that poop goes right back into the soil, putting minerals and vitamins and things back in the soil to be used by all the plants and animals that thrive there. So next time you see a giant African millipede, thank you for being a recycling hero. Very, very cool animals.
See, can you guys think of other recycling heroes? Animals that recycle and help clean up the planet and recycle stuff? Can you guys think of anything? Other animals that might have that same kind of job, similar to our friend here?
People say worms.
Worms, great.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Compost.
Vultures.
Vultures.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. That's a
Nice.
great one. Thank goodness for those recycling vultures that clean up the earth for us.
All right, you guys are missing something. Okay, so yeah, dead animals we gotta clean up. Dead plants we have to clean up. But after you eat, what's in Cynthia's hand? Somebody's gotta clean that up too.
Ew.
Right? You think of animals that might help us clean up? Because I don't know about you. Every animal pooping and nothing getting cleaned up.
He said zookeeper.
Yes.
Very accurate.
The best recyclers.
Absolutely.
And we do recycle a lot of poop here at the zoo.
Oh, so we got flies, right?
Flies, that's a good one.
Right. And they're thinking animals specifically. They have it in their name. A type of word called that means poop. Have you heard of?
They're small but mighty. They can move stuff way bigger than them.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Good job, Karen.
Karen, nice. Dung beetles, absolutely. They're like ultimate recycler.
Oh, that's a
I got
great
one.
picture. Yeah.
Oh, that's
See those
good. I think they're
antennae?
so cute. Don't you? I think
Yeah.
these are
It's a
adorable.
great close-up. Look at all those segments.
Lots of segments. They've got 4 feet per segment, or 4 legs, 2 on one side and 2 on the other. These guys can actually grow to be up to 12 inches long. So hence the name giant millipede. They're the largest species of millipedes and just amazing. Their feet tickle as they, even through the glove,
To
they
me, it
tickle.
feels like Velcro.
Nikki said Velcro, actually, especially if you need to move them a bit, they do feel like Velcro
Stick to them.
coming unstuck. You can see with their antennae, they're not known to really make noise, but they have their sense of feeling through their antenna as well as their legs. They can feel through their legs, and really, really cool. So we don't.
Where are you going?
They're active, very active.
They have a death wish.
I apparently.
Close up.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's a good one.
He's coming to the camera.
Friends, absolutely.
Oh, that's too cute.
Focus on it. It's like, oh,
I know,
it's
it's trying.
Sorry.
There he goes.
Do you guys have any questions about our friend the millipede?
Don't see any in the box.
Q&A. If you have any questions about these guys, or any animals, I'm not shy about that.
I'm not
So-
seeing any questions.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia.
Oh, sure. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Millie.
Millie.
Thanks for
We
pooping
do
on
have
me,
one
Millie.
question. We do have one question.
Oh, yeah.
How do you tell gender?
Oh, there it is. Yep, it just popped up.
That is a good question. I do believe it has something to do with, I think it's on the 4th segment. And I can't remember exactly. The male or the female has one set of legs. I want to think it's the male, but I'm not 100% sure. My team of smart people, or I like to call them the Googlers.
Trying to see if we see anything on the.
But you have to, I think, pretty sure it's something to do with the 4th segment or something like that. Not sure.
It's probably very detailed
Yeah.
examination.
I don't know, my Googlers? No, I don't know either. Look it up. I swear I read that somewhere, but I don't remember exactly.
And Steve did ask, can we see them here in NC? So
Oh, what do you guys think? They're African giant millipedes. Can we find the African giant millipede here in North Carolina? What do you guys think?
oh, 7th segment, males are missing one pair of legs.
See, I knew there was something. I knew I just didn't have a segment number right.
Whew, gotta have good eyes.
I know, exactly. I'm just gonna. Whew, yeah, I can feel that. Awesome. So, all right. We ready for our next environmental hero?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's you.
I got you, girl.
So Meg is gonna come up. You're gonna meet our next environmental hero. And this one, he falls in. We'll talk about these guys really quick. Look at him. Falls in. The group of animals. But that's
Okay, so real quick, while she's getting ready, someone wants to know what is the difference between a centipede and a millipede?
oh, good questions. You're right. So when you notice with the millipede, do you guys remember how many legs per segment Cynthia told you? How many legs per segment? Oh, there you go. 4, right. So 4 legs per segment. Centipede, 2. So they don't have as many legs. And centipedes tend Sorry. Cynthia's drop kicking stuff back there. So centipedes tend to be more flat. Millipedes tend to be more roundish. And then what they eat. So millipedes are the recyclers. They're cleaning up the world. Centipedes are actually carnivores. So they're actually hunters. So they eat other animals and they're venomous. So yeah, that's why we're handling millipedes here. All right, so our next environmental hero belongs in this group. Do you guys know what group? Like, is it a reptile? Is it a bird? Is it a mammal? Is it an amphibian? Is it a fish? Oh, nice. Right. That is the hellbender. So what group do they live? What kind are they?
Amphibians.
Amphibians, right? Absolutely. And amphibians are environmental heroes. Because have you guys ever heard of the term canary in the coal mine? Have you heard that term before? Canary, oh, sorry, you still got your mask on?
Yeah,
I forgot I got it on. Let's just how you stick it used to wearing them. So canary in the coal mine, you guys ever heard that saying before? No, probably not. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. Well, what that means is way back before we had the technology to detect air quality, when miners would literally take a cage with a canary, which is a bird, into the mine with them. And if the air quality was not good, the bird was so sensitive that it would either get really sick or possibly die. And that indicated to the people, oh, we need to get out because it's not healthy in here. So they're what we call a big fancy science word for that canary in the coal mine. Does anybody know the big fancy science word? When you're indicating if something is healthy or not. Does anybody knows that word? Begins with a B. Ends an indicator. They are indicator species, right? But bio in front of that, so bio indicator. So they're kind of like bio means life, so life indicators. So a lot of animals, like those canaries, are telling you how clean an environment is. And so frogs and amphibians are really great bio indicators. Because, does anybody know what's special about amphibian skin? What can they do through their skin that we cannot?
Breathe.
Breathe, absolutely. And drink, right? So they can take in oxygen and water through their skin. So if their environment is not healthy, there's a lot of pollutants and stuff in it, do you think they'd be able to survive? You think they're going to be super sensitive to all those pollutants that are kind of in that water? Oh, it's getting heavy. Oh, my arm gets sore. I'm going to go back to the table. So we go. Yes, right. So they breathe through their skin. Sorry, put these down. And so they're indicators to the world on how healthy it is because they have very sensitive, really sensitive skin. And let's see, I'm gonna put my mask on and Megan's gonna come. You're gonna meet Sugar.
Hi. So this is Sugar. She is a giant cane toad. No, just a cane toad.
Cane toad or
Giant marine toad. I was
So
mixing the two names. Has anybody ever heard of the giant marine toads? If you've ever learned anything about invasive species, you might have heard about these guys. Even though they are invasive in some places, like Australia, they do, like Nikki was talking about, do serve a great purpose of being bioindicators. So yeah. She's just chilling right now. She's all puffed up.
That's her defense. I'm huge.
She's
But
like,
she's
I'm
huge, but she makes
chunky.
herself even bigger.
Yeah. All that's air, that big bloated.
Yeah.
She doesn't get overfed. She's just full of air.
Because Megan's big and scary.
Yes, I'm terrified.
So Tristan asks, are they the largest toad?
They are the largest toad. Yes, there are larger frogs, but these guys are actually the largest toad in the world. Right. Good question. Right.
Paul said it's humongous.
It is. They
Yes.
are very big.
Very, very large. And you can
Yeah.
even see the legs and the little toe pads there. Very interesting. She's like, oh, no.
So we so you notice that it looks like she I can't remember what
I think it's a
she
sugar.
with a name like Sugar.
That makes sense.
So, they are, you notice how round they are? Because that's their defense is, blow it up, making stuff look really, really big. And you want to show them their other way of defending themselves?
Oh, you're talking about the, okay.
Yep.
So, sorry, okay. So you see these extra ridges kind of here? It looks abnormally larger, even more blown up. So those are actually glands that are full of poison. So they do secrete poison when they are in defense mode. So yeah, and all toads do have a level of poison. So that's what we always say, don't go around licking toads.
That's smart.
But yeah.
It's meant mostly to make them taste bad to other animals, right?
Yeah.
So that way if something bites into a toad and they see this toad and they survive, they're gonna know I'm never going near that toad. And they might teach that to their family members. Say, hey, don't touch that thing. It tastes horrible.
Life pleasant.
That's a good
Which is
shot.
a pretty good way to
Oh, hi, Sugar.
That's a good shot.
That's a cute face.
Henry says that he's cute.
It is cute.
Yes.
And I know someone says, how do you tell the gender? I don't know.
I would say
If
veterinarian.
one lays eggs, one does it. Pretty sure, I think the girls are maybe a little bit smaller, maybe a size difference, but other than that, I don't think there is a huge difference between the males and the females.
Yeah.
questions, though.
You good?
You guys have any other questions about sugar? Arcane toad? Our bio indicator?
So those are the poison glands.
Yeah.
This is cute.
I love their eyes. I
Yeah.
don't think you can get close. They have really pretty eyes, almost like a greeny kind of turquoise color.
They're beautiful. That's a great shot.
Cool. And my favorite thing is what frogs do with their eyes. They literally swallow with their eyes. So they use their eyes to push their food down their throat, which is kind of creepy and cool at the same time.
Oh, was that a squeak?
Oh, she was like speaking to her.
All right. Anybody else have any questions about sugar? Other than how cute she is.
Steve says male toads are larger and tall.
And what?
Tall.
Oh, okay. Okay. And make more noises and call. Okay. That makes sense. Nice. All right.
They're pretty chill today.
Yeah, I know. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Sugar.
No problem.
And I don't know if you guys noticed because she was wearing the gloves, but we also put water, very, very, very clean water called RO water, on our hands before we handle our amphibians. Remember, they have that sensitive, special skin, so we don't want to put any oils or lotions or any of the stuff that's on our hands on their skin and potentially blocking all those pores they use to breathe through. So that's why we wear those gloves. It's for their protection, not for ours. And Megan didn't lick the toad, so she's smarter than that. So we're good. So, all right.
We have one more question.
Yes.
How does the poison get on its victim?
How does the poison get on its victim? Good question. So basically, they have to eat the frog. So that's why it's a poisonous animal, because unlike a snake injects its poison or venom, poisonous things, you have to actually ingest it. So you either have to lick it, touch it, like poison ivy, or use a bite onto it in order to get that kind of venom or that poison on you. So that's how the animal would have to actually physically eat them. They don't shoot it out or anything like that. So good question. All right. So we've met animals that help us as humans, keeping us happy and comforted, learning about scientific things, saving us from landmines and diseases, and then recycling and cleaning up, helping us indicate how healthy the world is. My last group of superheroes, I like to call them the Adaptation Superheroes, because they're crazy. Some crazy superhero things going on there. My first superhero, and of course the cutest,
You sound naked.
Oh,
Does everybody know what that is? What's that animal? What's this cute thing right here? Look at that. Come on, look at that cute face. Oh, that's wrong.
That's the
That's a face only a mother could love there. Maybe not even.
It's hard to see. Which direction you're in. Look at that girl.
So Karen says naked mole rat.
Naked mole rat.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Taylor.
Absolutely. Nice job, guys. Naked mole rats are amazing. They are crazy cool. Have some amazing adaptations. Did you guys know this is our only cold-blooded mammal? You guys know that? So they actually they don't keep their temperature like we do. We keep our temperature at a level around 98.6-ish there. They can't regulate that. So they rely on each other to kind of keep themselves warm and like that. So they can't regulate the temperature. So they're kind of like cold-blooded animals, like your snakes and your amphibians, that kind of thing. Just crazy, right? They can go without oxygen for up to 18 minutes. That's insane.
What?
But my favorite thing about them, this one did get a cape.
Aww.
Here, zooming in right at you because
Oh.
look at that. They rarely get cancer. And scientists are actually studying that to find out why, and maybe we can learn from it, and hopefully we can find out ways that we can no longer get cancer. Pretty amazing, huh? So there's something in their immune system that fights cancer off. They can get it once, although it's very rare that they can get cancer. So Pretty cool, right? Do you guys agree? That's a pretty good superhero?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mm.
Absolutely. All right, my next superhero. I don't know if you guys ever watched X-Men. Who's familiar with Wolverine? You know, I know. Right? Well, there's actually a frog. He's called a hairy frog. Surprisingly, why do you think he's called a hairy frog? You know that? You have a good look on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
So this is the males get
Oh.
the hairiness. They're just basically, they're kind of almost like pores that have been pushed out kind of thing. And so that allows them to take in more oxygen while they're defending their nests, eggs, stuff like that. So that's why they're hairy. But that's not what makes them Wolverine. Their back feet, they can actually,
Oh, that's good. Yep.
see those claws there?
Yeah.
So when they're ready to defend themselves, they literally have bones. Here, I'll show this picture here.
Yeah.
See that?
That's good.
The tip of their bone, their toe bone, they actually have to push it through their skin and break through the skin and push out. So it's not like a cat's claw, which is, you know, it can retract and bring it in, but there's a permanent hole that they can go in and out of. They actually have to push that bone through the skin every time. And they're not sure if it retracts like a cat. They think because amphibians are really good at healing themselves, and you've heard like a lot of them can lose tails, can regrow their tail, that kind of stuff. And so they think that possibly over time it retracts back in and then heals over, and then they just do it again to use it to defend themselves. And that's why, and these guys are found in Africa, and people in Africa have learned if they don't pick these animals up, they do not pick these frogs up. You know, if they need them, they bring a machete because they know they can get seriously injured with those sharp claws. So we have the hairy frog, the Wolverine frog, and I think they call it the horror frog too.
Yeah.
So a lot of crazy names because they're pretty creepy looking, all that hair on them.
Yeah.
They're a little bit
Something here that is creepy.
yeah. All right, my next superhero. You guys probably never even heard of. I can guarantee you've never seen one in real life because let me find my. Oh, there you are. These guys only get. Let's see if we can show you. So, centimeters. So from that line right there. Oops, let me show that line, the end there. Thank you. To the next little line next to it, that's a millimeter. That's as big as they get. So a millimeter. Wow. Tiny. So very kind of microscopic, but superheroes to the extreme. Here's one you picture. I love their nicknames. Water bear or moss piglet. Or tardigrade is their name.
Karen said water bear too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
water bears. Yeah. Super cute, very small. And that's a close-up on one.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Under a microscope.
Look at that mouthpiece.
I know.
Yeah.
And apparently the mouth comes out and sticks out while it eats.
Fun.
But the reason why I call them a superhero, I'm not gonna show the bottom yet, I'll let you read that in a second. They can go into what is called a cryptobiosis. Biosis. Just because big fancy science word, but basically they kind of go in almost like hibernation mode, and they can literally dehydrate or dry themselves out. Their metabolic functions, their heart, their blood, oxygen, almost shoots down to almost nothing. And they can go into this state and live in that state for up to 30 years. And drop of water on it, do it a few hours, come back to life. And in that state, that cryptobiosis state, they can survive negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit, so 328 degrees below zero. Whew, that is a struggle today. Or 300 degrees above zero, so way past boiling. They can withstand so much pressure. They can live at the bottom of the ocean, and then even deeper than that. So 6 times as much pressure as the bottom of the ocean. So much pressure. But my favorite thing, they can withstand space.
So we did have a participant say that they live on Mars.
Right. They could potentially live on Mars.
Way
So
to go.
they can live, radiation, no oxygen, all that in space and survive it. So pretty crazy. So yeah, if some big meteor ends up taking out most of the life on the planet, they'll still be around. The tardigrades. So pretty amazing superhero adaptations there. That to me is an awesome superhero. What do you guys think?
Totally.
My last friend we're gonna meet. That's you. That's your cute. That Megan's gonna bring out. These animals, to me, also just like that tardigrade, have some amazing adaptations to survive and live while missing something. Let's see. Takes her a minute. You guys want to guess what live animal has some amazing adaptations to be able to survive? A skink? That's a good one. They do. Absolutely. Skinks do.
Starfish.
Starfish? Absolutely. Wish I had any of these as an ambassador. So let's see. Anything else? Caterpillars, they do.
Snake.
Now we're on the right track. Right. So our friend Griffin. Ooh.
Taylor said, I was wondering what was in that cooler.
He is being friends. He is one of his adaptations. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Is to defend himself. He makes a very loud hissing noise that most other snakes can't make like he does. It's a little bit different. I don't remember exactly what is the difference. Do you guys remember?
It's a, like, what was the question?
How they make that noise. That
They have
kind
a
of,
special scale.
yeah, there's a scale in there. Something that makes I can't remember. These guys could our team is smart. Tell us a little bit better. And so he's really good at bluffing and making himself look really big and scary. He's not venomous at all. And so he does a lot of that hissing and that kind of noise to kind of say, no.
It looks like some participants did hear that.
What's that?
Looks like some participants did hear it.
Did you hear it? Yeah. There we go. Once he's out, he's good.
Someone's guessing a hissing cockroach.
And that's a good one.
It
Yeah,
is a
they
good one, but a little
absolutely-
bit bigger.
Sorry it took so long, guys.
He's being a little
Get out of the way.
bit of an attitude. It's okay.
I wouldn't want to be woken up from a nap either.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take off. So you can get-
Yeah, that's the one thing I forgot to take off.
But, so he is, this is Griffin. He is a northern pine snake.
Yeah.
And he is, he's very adventurous. So, well, he's wrapped up around my hands right now, which is unusual for him because he likes to kind of spread out and explore. So this is a pretty cool snake in general because, well, he's beautiful. And also, where did you think these guys lived? When you're looking at his body, his scales, his colors, anybody have any guesses to where he might live? And he's a northern pine snake.
So Karen says pine forest.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Good job.
Perfect. And he hides under the pine straw. Can you avoid my face? Thank you. Okay. So he likes to hide under the pine straw and burrow under the ground. So when he does that, he's all spread out, right? He doesn't ball up under the ground. So that's why he likes.
Close up of that face.
Yeah, that's why he likes stretching. Hold on, Griff. Look, you did this to me in camps.
They like for some reason they always go out for the camera.
I know, and he really loves the
Oh, that's
camera.
good. A little lower. Yeah, that's a great shot of Griffin's.
So his scales are what we call keeled scales. So they're extra tough, extra bumpy and rigid. That's for protection, for helping him burrow in the ground. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted.
It's easy to do because you have like a big snake in your hand.
He's nodding himself. And then he also has, if I can get his face again, he has a really cool scale on his nose that helps him dig in the Okay, that's a real knot, buddy.
There you go.
He has a real cool special scale on his nose. It's called a rostral scale. It's kind of like right on the tip of his nose, between his eyes, down. He's like, sure.
Not cooperating.
No, I know. Okay. But that helps him dig and burrows extra strong. And then the hissing that Nikki was talking about, he is a very, very loud hisser. And it can be quite intimidating for anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
even if you're used to him and work with him every day, and you walk up to his habitat and he starts hissing at you, you're gonna say, "Whoop, not today, buddy." And you're gonna say, "I'm just gonna let you have your day by yourself." Wait, what else is adaptation?
Adaptation
oh,
in general. too.
So what about hearing? Does anyone know how snakes hear?
Bum, 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 bum. Sing for him.
Da, da, da. I love you, Griffin. Why are you reversing? Anybody know how snakes hear?
We're waiting.
No, Griffin. Nobody?
Vibrations.
Vibrations. Good job, guys. So they do not have ears. So what's really cool is their ear bone, kind of like what we would have as our ear bones, is more connected to their jawbone and their skull. So instead of having actual ears, they use their mouth and their face to feel the vibrations, and they also use their tongue. So you guys see his beautiful little tongue that he just keeps flicking. He's not being rude. He's just checking it out. He's like, why am I looking at a box?
Isn't that cool? I
Yeah.
always wonder because it's a dark hole, like
Yeah.
he would probably be going for, right?
Yeah, it's like, can I burrow? Can I
Yeah.
tunnel in
What are you
there?
doing there?
So his tongue helps him because you guys can see it's forked at the end, right? You guys tell that?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a great shot. Yeah.
So that helps determine which direction his food's in as well. So when he's on the hunt, he can say, where's my food? Stick his tongue out, all rude like. You're supposed to stick your tongue out at the table, are you? But it's okay. We'll accept it for you.
His face looks very cute.
It does. And then also sleeping. How do you know when a snake is sleeping? I know this is out of order. I'm just trying to go through all the adaptations and
No,
remember.
you're good. There is no order.
Anybody know how you tell if a snake is sleeping? Yeah. Were you sleeping a while ago? I know.
I think I had him one time for the program, and I swear he fell asleep in my hand. And when because he was very still, and I went to put him back in, all of a sudden he woke up and went, I was like, what? We startled each other.
Yeah. It's easy to know when Griffin's asleep because he's not moving.
So Tristan says he's curled up.
But remember, Griffin lives underground, and he likes to kind of have his long, narrow holes just for his body, right? So he doesn't really curl up that much. What about, do they snore? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, but what about their eyes? What do you guys do with your eyes when you're sleeping? When your parents walk in your room and you're supposed to be asleep? Do you just like roll over and close your eyes? Does Griffin do that? Can Griffin close his eyes? No. That's right. So Griffin, he cannot close his eyes, but oh wow, he's chilling.
It's a good shot.
Yeah. So, but he does have a scale over his eye. So just how they shed the rest of the skin on their body, they'll shed the scale all over their eye.
There it is. Let me see if I can
It's
get
not a real
close.
snake. It's just a
You guys see that scale right there? Ah. Right there where my finger
Lower.
is. And
A little
the
lower. There.
rest.
Yay.
So right there. You can see there's a scale over his eye.
Are you done? Are you done playing?
Settling in.
Yeah. So I could sit here and hold this dude all day. He's fun, a little bit unpredictable.
So much energy for just waking up from a nap too.
I know. Oh, here you go. You guys can get a real close up on these keeled scales, which is a really cool adaptation for these guys. So most snakes, if you've ever seen our python freckles or our rat snakes, Slinky and Scoots, their scales are not nearly this textured and thick. He's extra bumpy. But it's okay. We love him anyway.
It feels like sunflower seeds to me.
Yeah, that's all like
Yeah.
sunflower seeds. I like it. Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, I know we can look at it. So one of my favorite adaptations, and I talked about, they're missing something, right? What are they missing? What are snakes missing? Right, legs, arms, right? So they have to find their food, hunt for their food, eat their food, climb up a wall or a tree with no arms or legs. That's crazy. That to me is a super adaptation right there. And I've seen, I don't know if you guys ever seen, I've seen rat snakes, eastern rat snakes, go up the side of a house or climb across the branch of a tree over people's heads. They did not know it was there.
Yep.
I did not tell them. They had a big snake over their head. I'm sure they would have ran.
Yeah.
But they can do that because they have all those bones. See all those? So what bones are we looking at? What do you see there? All those that make up ribs, yeah. All those little bones coming off the sides.
Fine.
Yep, and right, spine. So all those vertebrae. So they're basically all vertebrae and ribs, which allow them, as you can see, wrap up into all the different shapes that he does.
And they're super full of muscle. This is all muscle, guys.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of food in there somewhere, but it's quickly converted to muscle.
Yeah, backbones, ribs, and muscle. Pretty much.
Oh, and then their jaws. I remember one thing that a lot of people think about their jaws is that they can unhinge them. Not completely accurate. So in human skulls, our bottom jaw is completely connected all the way around. And these guys, their bottom jaw does not connect in the middle. So when they're eating, they do one side and then the other side, and then one side and then the other side. And that's how they get their food all the way down, isn't it? Yeah.
I can kind of show that.
Oh yeah, you got the
Skull.
yeah.
So, it's kind of falling apart, but so this is the bottom jaw right here, and you can see it's not connected, whereas the top jaw is. So there's no connection there. So they can unhinge it and bring that one over here and that one over here, and those to me are like hands. So they can literally walk their food down their throat like that. And you might notice which direction are their teeth facing. So this is the nose. This would be down the throat. Are they facing towards their nose or down towards their throat?
They said back and then the inside.
Right, absolutely. So if you go in and those teeth, it's like almost like a fishing hook. It hooks on and you can't pull out, right? So pretty amazing adaptations, right? You catch your food. Legs or arms.
Yeah.
I like the scales. So you know if the top one has those keeled, can you show them the bottom scales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mind?
Taylor wants to know if it fell asleep.
I think he almost did.
It's relaxed. It's nice and warm in here. So their scales on the bottom are a little bit different. Their belly. So they're flatter. Right? Can you see those?
He's checking out the mic.
I know. It looks like a nice mouse.
It does
Yeah.
look like a fuzzy dinner.
Yeah. So you can see the long, flat scales on the belly. And those, to me, are like fingers. They kind of help them to grip or grab onto things. You guys have any other questions? And here's the, you can kind of see it in the,
Oh yeah, that's
shed.
right.
Oh, as I stepped on it, it's so long. So you can
That's
see
freckles,
those.
isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So here, this is, I'll show you guys.
Yeah, that's our pythons.
This is our
Shed.
Narwhal Otter. Of course, when they shed, the skin stretches, so he's not quite this long.
Not quite,
But
almost.
he's in there. He's a big snake.
Where are you going?
And then we have questions about Griffin.
Griffin, you want to tell everybody bye? Because you're so friendly. Once he gets settled in, he's like, oh, cool. He can hang out with you guys all day.
He just gotta, I think he just wants to check everything out initially. He's like, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Okay. Good?
I think so. All right. Thank you, Griffin. Thank you, Megan. All right. Put Griffin back in. So we met heroes that are helping humans, heroes that are helping the planet. So it takes two people
I'm just letting
to get him back in. And then we have our adaptation superheroes. So animals that are just pretty cool. I mean, amazing adaptations. So I want to turn you guys into heroes. We're all going to get my cape back up. There we go. Ready? Okay, my cape back on. We're all going to turn into action superheroes. Here we go. You ready? Oh, that didn't work out. It was supposed to be way more graceful than that. It's Thursday, so getting towards the end of the week. All right, there we go. Let's see, you got your mask on now?
Yeah.
Take mine out. All right, so you guys are going to be action superheroes because animals help us out in so many ways. So let's help out animals and the planet, and then actually help ourselves out too in the process. So I need you guys. I'm stealing your idea, Steve. Putting out there. All right, so I want everybody to put your arm out for me, like that. Okay. Show me that you can be. No, we're not doing the Macarena.
Oh, man.
Sorry. All right, everybody, go like that. You go down. Bring your hand down like that. Okay. All right. Can you grab and pull? Grab, pull. Right? Grab, pull. Or turn the knob or push a button. If you guys can do that, right? Can everybody do that? All
I
right.
can push all your buttons, Nikki.
All right. So you're now action superheroes. So when you guys leave a room, I now know you can turn off a light. Save energy, right? Absolutely. Something easy everybody can do. Or after your phone is charged, you can unplug it. So you're not wasting electricity for that phone or whatever it is you're charging. That you can't supercharge things, right? So unplug it. I did this or this, depends on your thermostat. If you have a digital one, you push button. If you're old, you might have a dirty one. So yeah, turn in the summertime, turn it up so your AC is a little bit higher. And in the wintertime, you can turn your heat down a little bit, and you're saving energy. And you're not making those narwhals work really hard trying to figure out climate change, right? Because we're helping with that climate change by doing these simple things. So anything else you guys can think of to make yourself action superheroes? Let me give you guys. So you guys are smart out there. What are some things that you think you can do to help the planet or help animals? We met some of our friends here, the Millipedes. What do? There are...
They
What do they do?
recycling.
They're recycling, right. Can you guys recycle?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody can recycle. Anything else you can think of? I'm sweating. I'm wearing a hot blanket. That's why. All right. Let's see. Anything else we can do?
Take care of your environment.
Absolutely. Or just being aware of it and maybe teaching other people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like my job. That's why I love my job. I get to teach other people, make them aware of cool things that they can do, or animals too that are out there.
Oh, so Tina says take trash and turn it into something new.
Oh, yeah.
Reusing, absolutely. I love that idea, right? Or even buying products that have less trash or less like plastic coverings or stuff like that. Reusable bags, right? Anything like that. So any of these simple things that everybody can do can help, like I said, keep those narwhals from not work so hard for the scientists. And we can help climate change and help our planet and help ourselves. All right, guys, if you don't have any questions for us, we're good. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us. and coming out and being a superhero today.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, and I hope you guys. Oh, one before I forget. So join us next Thursday. We're actually changing times. So starting next week, we're gonna start doing this program at 3 o'clock because we know schools have started, and so a lot of people can't join us anymore. So we're gonna move it a little bit later. So hopefully more people can join us in the classroom. So 3 o'clock, starting next Thursday the 3rd, you'll see me here, and we will go a trip around the world and visit some different animal habitats.
Yay.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next week. All right, bye, guys. Oh, can you take this cape off? Sorry.